Hi guys, welcome back to part 4 of Learn Adobe Premiere Pro. This time we are going to learn about keyboard shortcuts, setting up keyboard shortcuts and also some real general stuff. So as you can see, I have already set up a few videos and audio files over here just so that we can just test and see what all of these keyboard shortcuts can do. So let's just position this at the middle. So as you can see, there are three layers over here, two audio and one video layer. So we're going to use the razor tool. And so basically what would happen when we use a razor tool, which you can also activate by shortcut C. Okay. So you can just click C on your keyboard by default. That's the shortcut for razor tool. Also, when you click V, that's for the selector tool. You can just easily swap between razor and selector by using the C and V command. Okay, so we're going to cut this part. So normally what would happen if we just cut one, then we cut twice. Okay, let's say we have split this file. We have unlinked this file. Okay, yeah. So now what would normally happen is you would have to click 3 times on the razor tool to cut these 3 files. What you can do instead of this is that you could actually select the razor tool. Okay, so you could actually select the razor tool by pressing C, and you could just easily click on shift. Basically you could click on shift and cut them all at the same time. Okay, so right where your cursor is, right where that line is, that video line is, you can just click on shift and you can use the razor tool to cut all the videos in that same line at once. And so yeah, you can do this. Okay, I messed it up. So I'm just going to use undo now. You can do undo with using Control Z. So as you press Control and Z, you can undo anything. If you have messed up anything or if you have done something wrong, you can just do that. Okay, so moving on from here, the next thing that we're going to learn is to make duplicate files. Okay, so duplication of a single file. So what you can do is you can just press Alt. Okay, you can press Alt on your keyboard and you can easily just drag the video that you want to duplicate. Okay, so you can click Alt and then you can duplicate that file and you can clear these files. Okay, so you can press delete for that. If you want to delete these files, you can just press delete on the keyboard, and if you have multiple of these files, you can just delete them by using the delete key on your keyboard. Okay, so these are just some helpful tips and shortcuts that would reduce the time of your video editing by quite a bit. Okay, so we're just going to cut these files. So let's say we want to put this small video file right in the middle. Okay, so now this was a very tough process. So what we can do instead, we can use we can just drag this file by using Alt and Control. Okay, you can just click on Alt and Control and you can just drag the file forward, and all the other parts of the file would just go back to their normal positions. Okay, so yeah, now we're just going to go over to the keyboard shortcut menu. You can also use this if you can use Control plus Z. So basically all the keys that I'm telling you are on easy access of your left hand. Okay, so your right hand will always be on your mouse and you can use the left hand for using all of these shortcuts. So it makes it much more easier. So now we are going to go over to keyboard shortcuts. So this is my custom name. I just put some random alphabets to it. I didn't really pay attention to that. So yeah, you can just name your keyboard shortcuts to anything. The first thing we're going to search is for the zoom. And the zoom is very important and most of the time we're going to use it. So set your zoom in and out to A and S. Okay, you're just going to click it, double click it, and you can just easily swap whatever the original control was to A, so that you can easily access this by using your left hand. So what normally would happen is I would zoom out by using this cursor. Now I can just use A and S to zoom in and out. Super quick, super easily. So I don't really have to bother with the finding the curve and all of that. So it's just much more easier and much more faster. The next thing that we're going to search is going to be the delete key. Now you can use the delete button on your keyboard, but what I like to do is use D and F instead. Okay, so if you click on D, that would just that would mean that you are deleting the file, and F would actually mean ripple delete. Yes, as you can see, clear is selected to as D. That's what I like to use. So if I just click on D and if I just click on F, then it would very easily do the selected command. So that was D. I deleted the videos. Okay, now I'm going to use Control Z, and yeah, so there you go. There's a duplicate copy of the file, and now I'm going to use ripple delete. Delete that first one and then move this one backwards. So you can easily do that by using F. If you would like to set that as your keyboard shortcut, that would be much more faster, and especially you can use it on your left hand only. You don't have to actually use your right hand in that point at that point. Okay, so guys, the next thing that we are going to be doing after this is actually going to be the track selector. Now, a really cool thing about the track selector is that you can easily drag your entire set of videos forward. Okay, so if you want to insert a video in the middle of your entire project, so I have placed it as Z on my shortcut. So as you can see, Z, you can use Z for that. And so if I click on Z, then I can just drag this entire scene forward. You can use the track selector and you can easily move all the other files forward and just enter this video in the middle, whatever you want to enter in the middle, and then you can just join all of these tracks back together. Okay, so yeah, so let's say I want to add this video. So now I want to join all these files back together. So I'll just use Z and I'll connect all of these, yeah, and I'll just drag all of them back together. So yeah, so now these all files are connected. So you can use all of these keys and you can use all of these shortcuts to quickly and easily uh, compile your videos and work much more faster and more efficient. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.